Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Good morning, everybody. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. I forgot my stuff to blow my nose if I have to. I'm downstairs, so I got to go back up. I'll be right back. I forgot. I thought I had it. Okay, be right back. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh my Lord, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. 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 Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Ah, ah, Govinda. All right. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna, Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya. Ah, it's just like the story, you know. It's like this is a storybook, you know. Just out of the book, man. Everything I read is just, it's happening. Yeah, it's just happening. Yeah. It's amazing. It's like Lord Chaitanya goes to visit the houses of everybody. You know, he's coming here and visits our houses. Our houses. It's the best visit. Very intimate, isn't it? Yeah, it's not just out there in a house, you know, coming into some external house, some temple. He's coming really close, man, inside. Now that's coming in the house. You start thinking internally, not externally. Oh yeah, everything external becomes internal. You see, everything is a representation of what the real deal is, the real communion. So you start to think in terms of spirit. Unbelievable, man. You know, the problem with the world is lack of connection with God. Really, lack of experience of the transcendental presence of the Lord, because that's what makes everything not work right. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Hmm. Let's see here. Hmm. Let's try this. Lost my light. That's not it. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Oh, maybe. Hare Krishna. Oh, I know what to do. Will it work? No. Oh well.
You need candles.
Yeah, yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
No more light.
Yeah, I'm in another room where I got better internet. Let's see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Rama.
If you come a
Okay,
bit closer, we can see your face better.
yeah. Okay, just chant a little bit here and I'll be right back. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Ram. Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. All right. That's right. 5 Mile Smile. That's what it's all about. You know? Yeah, I was just thinking about what Jesus said seek the kingdom of God and all else is added. Um, you know, it's so logical. Why? Because see, the problem is people are confused. They get these, if you have opulences in this world, they corrupt. If you don't have this relationship with the Lord, these opulences of the world, if you have more than others, it corrupts you. You start to own it. You start to think that it's you. You're possessing it. You're the owner, and you become more and more in this false ego, this pride and all this, and that's why the Lord comes to the humble first, the ones who is usually the poor, because they don't have all of this, the opulences that corrupt people. And I notice that when I go to the third world countries, usually people seem happier, the poor people, they because and the ones that have more wealth, they look more unhappy because they're corrupted by too many opulences. They don't know how to see, and so the biggest corruption of all actually is to be a god. See, to be a god and to be a guru, actually, to be a spiritual master can be the biggest corruption of all. That's why religion is abandoned at a certain point, because the leaders become very corrupt because they're not qualified to wield that kind of position of worship. When you get worship, that's God. That's God stuff. And that's what the government wants. When the governments get really, really corrupt, the leader wants to be worshipped. And that's when you see communism. See? The leaders are worshipped just like God. And they want to do that in America. That's how corrupt things have gone. And that's how corrupt very quickly things get in Vaishnavism, because it's actually more corruption here in Vaishnavism than there would be in like Christianity, because at least they leave Jesus as the God, and not these gurus who are not qualified. All they do is develop a big false ego, no matter how much they hide it, and that's why it shows in the external. They can't get above external worship. See, so that's why you have to worship the Lord in ecstasy for a long time, and it dissolves that identification. You see where everything comes from. See, and you work in like that, and the Lord uses you to deliver a clear message to the world, a purified message that doesn't go through these false ego channels stuff and speculations and stuff. Yeah, I see it in every field. I was listening to this guy in crypto. He's very intelligent. He's a genius, but he gets corrupted by the false ego. I mean, it's like, talks about, I'm the best human being in the world and all this stuff because I do all this charity. And it gives no, no offering to the Lord for giving that intelligence, nothing. And so that's how you get corrupt. You just think, you start to believe, I'm the God, see? And I'm doing all the good deeds and everything. So that's the way the state is, and you get too much intelligence, or anything. You get more than others or something, and then you start to think you're the God, and you don't give any tribute to the Lord from your heart, seeing where it comes from, because you don't see where it comes from. Yeah, renunciation brings pride too, like Karuna is saying here. Renunciation and austerities bring pride. I saw that in my ex. She started to get around gurus that were really into this renunciation, and she got the pride. And that's the biggest disqualification of all, is what we're doing here. Is you start to really think that pride in being able to do near jals, like you look at me, I can not drink water. Look at me, I can chant 1 lakh. See, and so you can't get it's like, that's why the Lord kicked the brahmachari out of his class, out of his kirtan. He says, hey, that's not to do it. You just get a big pride. No, just come through my devotees. Go the easy way. Go the way that I ordained. See, if we do it God's way, it'll just be so piece of cake. Krishna, Lord Chaitanya's hand just gave the mercy. Just come through my channels. I'll send a devotee, and I'll send one of my associates. That's what's going on here, It's that simple. Just come through my associate. Can't you see I'm empowering them? Can't you see people are getting love of God because I've ordained it? I've anointed this person. I've given them the power to do this. Just come the way I've appointed. Can't you see? I put it in the books. Can't you hear? He's describing it. You know, the path and everything, making it very clear every day what the heck is a real guru. You know, what is the real process? Just come, that's the easy way. You come in here, you get purified, you start to think logically. You'll think how ludicrous it is. I was going through people that don't have love of Krishna to try to get to Krishna. I mean, it doesn't even make logical sense. It's totally illogical. How can a person representing Krishna consciousness and Vrindavan get me to Krishna if they don't got Krishna themselves? And I can't even see they got Krishna. You know? They don't even show you they got Krishna. We don't even know what it is to have Krishna. I mean, it's not taught anywhere except here. It wasn't taught in the right, because unless you really got Krishna, you can't teach it. You beat around the bush, and then everybody's still confused. Now, the whole Narayan Raj group is still confused. They're not clear about this. You know, we're not clear about Guru Tattva. Their Guru never taught it right. You can't just sit there and rade your way through all these tattvas. You got to be tasting these relishing mellows, man, and get the real understanding. Otherwise, the Lord won't give it to you. He'll give you a bunch of speculation, and you get a bunch of followers who think you're the greatest thing in the world, but you're really not, because you can't awaken devotion in others, even though you're preaching all about raga, nuga. Not even one disciple in that group. You know, here we got so many getting this bhakti. What's it saying? It's the Lord's authority here. See, I'm not saying it's my authority. You know, I'm just here a mouthpiece. You know, this is the tip of the iceberg. We're here to deliver people. There's the axe, cuts down Maya, and the handle. You know, I'm just steady now, steady in this work. That's all. Let's cut down this forest of illusion. You know, so people can enter the kingdom, right? The door is open door policy. Just come in. Forget about all these big austerities. That's all you get is big pride. You know, forget about going through people who rade and raganuga, but there's no raganuga. There's no raga, no transcendental rasa. You can't see it with your own eyes. You can't see people simply chanting Hare Krishna and tears pour in their eyes, laughing like a madman because they're so joyous being close to God. You see none of that in Vaishnavism. Nobody knows what is the transcendental nature except here. Here we experience the transcendental nature. Here we glorify it because of experience. Oh, well, yeah, you know, I got no sannyas, dhoti, no neck beads, nothing. What do I need that for? All I need is the authentic experience of the transcendental nature. Then I got something to talk about. Then I got something to preach. Then I got something to relish in this world. Otherwise, it's nada here. Dead wood. You're all a piece of dead wood out there until you're enlivened by bhakti, which comes through the channel here. So come on, world, let's get with the real program. Come on, Vaishnavas, wake up. You gurus, wake up, man. Your titles aren't going to save you. Your big Acharya Devs and playing the piano nicely and impressing a bunch of neophytes who don't know what real bhakti is not going to save you or your followers. You're going to die without what we have. What we have to distribute, you're going to be dead in your grave, man. And you're going to come back again until you figure it out. How many lifetimes? Who knows? But anyway, you got the opportunity now. That's why we're preaching vehemently. Jesus preached vehemently too. Lord Caitanya too. He said, unless people accept me, both of them, Jesus and Lord Caitanya, and I say the same thing. Unless you accept what we're here to do, you're gonna be destroyed by illusion. Yeah, you're going to come back again and you're going to be still in illusion because you didn't figure it out in this life. What you bind on earth in this life, you bind in spirit. And if you haven't bound the spiritual awakening and love of Krishna, then you coming back again until you figure it out. So anyway, people's chances now. The door is opened. See, and when it's shut, Jesus said the same thing. When the door is shut, it's shut. You can't go in. Everybody's blind. You got no real leader, all blind followers and blind leaders. So everything is in force when a real associate of the Lord is here. The authority is here to deliver you, man. It's just everything that Jesus said comes in force. When I'm in this world, I'm the light of the world. See, the light comes through their mouth, man. See, their mouth causes ecstatic devotion and connection with the true Lord. No one else, nowhere else can you get this. Not from some blind gurus who are full of themselves, full of their idea that they're actually a guru. They're actually representing Vrindavan. Baloney, man. You don't represent Vrindavan until you can prove you've got the bhav of Vrindavan, man. Prove it. Don't give me this. I can't show you. It's too confidential bullshit. Lord Chaitanya showed it. You know, what is this? Lord Chaitanya showed this. That's how he disturbed the love of God. So you're going like, no, that's why nobody in your whole Sangha, in the Raimaraj Sangha, not even one has ecstatic love. All they got is to show like they got it, but they don't got it. See, they're guru, but they're not guru. You know, go look on their webpage if you think I'm off and I'm offensive. I just give you the truth. Go look on their webpage. All these gurus are being worshipped as good as God, but they will never take the title Srila like Narayan Raj took. See, but worship me good as God, but I'm only a spiritual teacher. What kind of bullshit hypocrisy is that? Isn't it hypocritical? What, you're just a spiritual teacher. I got to give my whole life and pray to you to be delivered, but you can't. You don't take the title Acharya or something or divine grace. No, I'm just a spiritual teacher, but worship me. I think that's hypocritical. I think you really want to worship. Let's put out all the poison. You're always going to get corrupt. Whenever you take the title, I am a representative of the Gaudiya Vaishnava lineage that leads directly to Vrindavan, you're always going to be corrupted. You know, it's like being the president. What do you think Trump has a big false ego for? Everybody can see it. See? In religion, they hide it. It's called wolves. I'd rather see a person's ego like Trump. At least it's honest. At least, hey, man, you see, I got a big false ego. These others are wolves in sheep's clothing. They hide it. I'm a humble rascal. Some of them are murderers, you know. Actually, everybody's a murderer. Look at these guys telling you to get the shot. They're murderers, man. Really. It's just a wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah, listen to my bullshit intelligence. I think shooting poison in my arm is actually good for me. I believe in the demons. That's how great a guru I am. That's why I'm preaching out against these guys. Man, you follow that path, you're going to be destroyed. You know? Follow those who believe in the government, which is corrupted. It's visibly corrupted now. And if you believe in it, you're headed for, you know, darkness. You're going to get a wake-up call. So everything is being shown. Everything's being. If you have a real relationship with God, you'll have the real authority of the Lord in the world. The authority is what? It's truth, man. It's as it is truth. And the truth is ecstatic devotion, see, and conclusive understanding that comes from that. And only from that. That's solid, man, isn't it? That's a pillar. You can stand on that and not fall over. You ever seen a weak ladder, man? You know, you get on, you don't know if you're going to fall off. That's religion, man. You will fall off. The ladder can't hold the weight. Okay, so back to the story that I didn't even start. Yeah, man. This is the apocalypse after all. It's time for all truths to come out, man. That's where you're going to hold. That's what you got to hold on to. That's why the Vedas are here, and all they have to do is be preached by a person who worships God in ecstasy for a long time. Then these things they light up. The Lord gives the understanding. It's all we need. You don't need a dose. This is why the Lord, see, all these verses come in for us now, living verses. Otherwise, they just stay in the book. You got to see the verses come alive. The verse Lord Caitanya teaches real religious principles through a low-class, fourth-class person to defeat the pride of these big sannyasis and big gurus and big Brahmins. They're not big at all. They're small fries. You're little toddlers. They don't know what is spiritual. They have to learn from a low-class Sudra. See, why? Why does the Lord come through a low-class Sudra? There's a reason. Because people believe it's something external that makes you qualified. It's some net bead around 3 or 4 strands, whatever they decide in tradition. Or how straight your tilak is, or how many votes you've been voted in by some mundane group of clerics. That's why they call them clerics, clerics in religion. They're clericals, bunch of managers, mundane managers. All the way, all religions are like that. It's mundane, material. And that's why they get corrupted. They get power, over people. Oh, minister, Guru Dev, please deliver me. You're the in-between between myself and God, and they're no better than you. All they did was memorize a few more scriptures. And people are misled in that way. See, it's only the light of the real devotees here in this world. You can depend on it, man. You'll get spiritual experiences. The book will come alive in their mouth, or in their hand, in their mouth. See? When you have the real guru, you get spiritual experience. When you don't get any real spiritual experience. All you get is a lot of ceremonies, a lot of rules to follow, a lot of external things. That's the fault in Vaidhi Bhakti. The gurus often hey, I got a chance, man. I could get all these buildings. I'll just get in the club. I get all this money, man, all these brahmacharis collecting from me. These wealthy people like Ford comes along and gives a big, millions of dollars, and they build a temple, and all the brahmacharis, they own properties in Mayapur and all of that stuff. The more corruption. What is this? You're a brahmachari and you own big buildings and big, beautiful, the best motorcycles? And you're a brahmachari? Why don't you just be a friggin' householder? Be honest. Well, then we can't get the bill because we got to be a brahmachari. See, corruption upon corruption, hypocrisy upon hypocrisy. That's why the Lord says, hey, Gaur Haridas, I need you to do a job, man. I need somebody, a toilet cleaner. Just a regular Joe in this world to preach real religious principles. I mean, isn't this what it says? Aren't you getting the real mercy of Lord Caitanya? Doesn't it come that way? If you're a sannyasi, you'll preach the same thing because it's Guru is one. It comes through the real representatives of the Lord. That's why they're called saviors, man. What the heck is it? Well, I don't need a savior. Well, you'll be an illusion for a few more lifetimes until you realize you do. We all do. I do. Every day I come here to be saved, my friends. I know. That's why I got this job, because I also come here to be saved. I come here because the Lord comes to visit. If he didn't come to visit, I would be in big trouble. People don't know that. That my happiness is, oh my God, the Lord comes here every day. Therefore, I'm going to come. This is our rendezvous, isn't it, Lalita? Don't we come here to rendezvous with the Lord? Right, River? Right, Govinda? It's a rendezvous. What's the difference between here and Vrindavan? Nada. It's the same. We come here to rendezvous. The Lord comes. We come, he comes. It's mutual. This is called relationship. He's running, we're running towards each other, not away. I'm one madman, and you're also other madmen and women. Therefore, you accept these words as true. The so-called normal devotees, which are not normal at all, really, we're here to normalize them. We're the doctors, man. You know, we got the snakes going up the pole to swallow the Maya, the bigger snake, the Vrindavan snake. This is how you swallow. Just every day is another gulp. You just, and the other snake gets more inside. It's fun eating, isn't it? It's fun to have a nice meal every day. You know? The wonderful qualities of Nityananda. Let's try another chapter. Hare Krishna. Sri Caitanya visits the Kazi with his Sankirtan party. All glories to Sri Caitanya, who is an ocean of all transcendental excellences. All glories to him who is known as Vishvambara, who is the lawgiver of the entire material creation. Isn't that amazing? He's the lawgiver. Yeah. What law is he given? Well, he's given the law in the world too. You know, people in the material world, his shadow, people who are serving the Lord like that. See, so that's why we have laws, because that's the shadow of the truth. See? People need laws here because they cannot function without them. They have to learn. We got to be under law. See, and so that's why you got rebellion. See, and then see, the problem is the lawgivers always end up in tyranny and corruption because they're, you know, when you don't have God, then you're going to be corrupted by the opulences of power. See, power over others. You know, wealth is going to corrupt you. You know, when you become a politician, you get power over others. See, to give these laws and stuff, or a king, all this stuff corrupts people unless you're a king. Like, see, Maharaj Prithu is a great example. All these are examples in Bhagavatam. Maharaj Prithu was a great king, right? He was a great king. You know why? Because he always gave honor to the Lord from his heart. He was connected, you know? and because of that, he was a great king. See, and the Lord, it's amazing. The Lord wants to make everybody, the common people, great kings in this world, because you'll be greater than Trump. This is the amazing thing about my Lord. This is the abode of all transcendental opulences, Lord Chaitanya, because he's making great kings. Jesus knew this too. He made Jesus a great king. Look how many in his kingdom, right? All those who are his followers like this. He's a king. Why? Because the Lord made him so, because of a relationship. He wants to make everybody a king. You know, that's why even in Christianity, you see when the person gets the mercy of Jesus, they become empowered and they go out and build a temple, you know, their house, or they maybe build, and they start preaching and people start coming. This is the Lord making you a king with giving you authority, but in the right way. See, you're connected to the Lord, the transcendental Lord, if you got the real mercy. See? This is why you see the Lord wants to make kings here in the world. See, make a person that gives you authority over others, even because you won't abuse it. See? Because that's the way God is. He cleans everything up. You notice I come here to get cleaned up. I don't know about you guys. I come here just just to associate with the Lord, which has just got this automatic cleansing. It's like entering a washing machine. Washes everything. I know of myself, I get dirtied up here in this world, man. I associate with all kinds of going down the street, looking at all these beautiful women and looking at this and looking at that, talking to this person who never chants Hare Krishna or anything. I just in this world. But then, the Lord cleans me up. I could sit down and chant or read this, and especially coming here every day. The best rendezvous of all. That's why those not coming regularly, you got some screw loose, man. There's something you're missing. I think River even said this in her class. I was watching her class yesterday. She says, yeah, I feel like I'm missing something if I don't come. Yeah, you are. See, that's accurate. That's true. That's an absolute truth. And you know it. And I know it. We all know it. The Lord comes here and gives blessings and presents. Every time I would go to Vrindavan, I always notice I always get presents. Now I don't have to go to Vrindavan. I get presents every day. There's so many presents. I love it, man. It's so fantastic. These presents you can't get anywhere. Only comes from God, only comes from relating to the Lord. This deep, intimate relationship, do you get these kind of presents? The Lord has made it easy. I don't even have to spend so much money to go to Vrindavan and so many hassles and everything. I could just sit in the comfort of my house. And this goes for you guys too. And this is better than you going to Vrindavan is coming here. Because this is more powerful. Even the Lord himself says it. You come enough and you'll know that too. Ask, here's an example right here. He was in Mayapur, Govinda. And he says, my God, I went to the temples, I went here, I went to the Ganga, but when I'm sitting in Hari Katha, whoa, man, this trumps everything. It's coming from his mouth. Just repeating what he said a few times already. It's true. I feel the same way, But when I go to Vrindavan too, it's enhanced. Yeah, I got to admit that. It's wonderful. I love it, Because it's Vrindavan, man, But, when you were here preaching, we're doing this. Conditions and stuff. Yeah. Isn't it nice? You don't have to take poison in your arm to go anywhere. People think, well, I can't travel. Let me take poison in my arm. Oh, hey, man, I'll sit home and do this until my last breath, and it's okay. So, yeah. The lawgiver of the entire material creation. See, he gives the laws in the material creation. See, it's the Lord doing that. But he wants people to be progressive, doesn't he? Just naturally. Isn't it the idea? Don't they have school? Don't you go from one grade to another grade to another grade? Isn't it meant to be progressive? Isn't it looked down upon if you don't go from, kindergarten to first grade? It's like, hey, man, why didn't you learn your lessons? So isn't that what this life is about, learning lessons? Do you think the Lord wants us to come under these stringent laws? Don't you see, there's nothing perfect in this shadow. It's in the shadow of the Lord is his laws. So he wants people to be progressive. That's why this is going on. People have faith in just staying backwards. They just want to stay with the way it always was. But it's not going to be. The Lord is forcing progression on others, saying, hey, man, I'm sorry, my laws become corrupt in this world because my leaders become corrupted by opulences because they're devoid of transcendental relationship with me. This is just the way things go. That's why, the modes turn. As the world turns, is because the modes are turning from ignorance to passion to goodness to ignorance. This is the yugas, the four yugas. Ignorance, and there's a little less ignorance, and a little more, So it's progressive corruption too, if you stay there. See, but you can progress out of it. That's what we're here about. Now, you can come under the laws that you actually see devotees come under. When you transcend the false ego by purification, you come here to transcend the false ego. Then you come under the less stringent law. Yeah, the law that's not even like a law. It's like, I have no problem. I run to the law. Everybody wants to. I don't like the laws that I don't like being impinged. These laws of these draconian tyrants. All they do is want to give you restrictions. I don't need these restrictions, but they give them anyway. See? But you want to come out of that. At least, our bodies may be under restrictions when we're under this bullshit here. But hey, man, my spirit isn't. My spirit is flying right there. Ask Lolita if her spirit flies. It's got wings, man. We're here. Your body. We're all slaves in this world. You're waking up, you Americans out there. You got a big false ego, thinking you got some constitution. You got nothing but privileges. That's all. They're taking them away now. That's it. You think you have a constitution? You're a free person. You're no freedom at all. They're taking it away. You're a slave. Your social security number is your thing. When you go into the police and they put a number over you, that's you. You're a slave. Your passport, you got no real freedom. You got a privilege for a while. When they take it away, Maya takes it away. But that's good, because now you can't trust Maya. You can't trust God's shadow. It's twisted, man. And it twists everybody up. So you ready to progress? You ready to come under this law? It's a wonderful law. See, he's the lawgiver of material creation. See, it doesn't say lawgiver of spiritual creation. We don't need any laws in spirit. We just cahoot with God. We carouse with the Lord. We just do what he does. Be around him, man, and everything is taken care of. What law do you need? You become a purified person, man. You actually bestow benefit on others without material motive. Yeah. See, the lawgiver, the material creation, and I'm free. I'm here to teach freedom. You want sovereignty and freedom? Be in my Lord, man. My Lord is free, and I'm free in him. I'm free relating to him. He's my purifier. I don't need some law. I don't need these Vaidhi Bhakti rules to purify my consciousness. I just need my Lord. He gives me everything. Just thank God he comes here, visits every day, like he did Haridas Thakur. Why did he visit Haridas Thakur? What's the meaning? Well, because Haridas was a devotee, man. He welcomed, oh Lord, every day. Yes, give me the ecstasy. Yeah, I welcome you, Radha. Please come. See, you guys in religion, you guys in Vaishnava, you don't welcome the ecstatic nature of the Lord, therefore he doesn't come. What do you think the pastime is representing? It's representing the Lord is the abode of ecstasy. He's the source of it. And he comes to visit Haridas, who becomes ecstatic because of so many frequent visits of the Lord. But look at these Vaishnavas, they don't welcome nothing. They know reality. They're stuck in religion. No wonder you're still under the law. See, under the material creation law. See, under the Varnashram Dharma law. Paramahamsa means you're free of that. I have people calling me, they call Goharidas, you're a Paramahamsa. It comes out of Lalita, Paramahamsa. Yeah, you can be a Sudra and be a Paramahamsa. I'm not under the, maybe my body's under the law of the world because, otherwise you just got to follow the laws while you're here. But my spirit is Paramahamsa, is free, and it's free. And everybody, you can be Paramahamsa. You don't have to be like waiting 10,000 years for Prabhupada to come back and you're still a peon. Just pee on me, man. I'm just, you're the only acharya for 10,000 years. Oh, it's never going to happen to me. Well, we're here to make Paramahamsas. Prabhupada was interested in making Paramahamsas. It just wasn't time. Now is the time. Paramahamsas, well, we'll make them come here. You want to be a real Paramahamsa, or you just want to be a foolish piano player with a big external title, PhD or something? To me, that is called BFD. That's the title you get. BFD, not PhD, BFD. And we all know what that means, or at least some of us. The best title you can get is authentic devotee of the Lord and his devotees. A servant of the servant of the Lord. Okay? You want to be a servant of the real servant of the Lord, then speak the truth if you got the power. Because that's what they're dedicated to. That's why Prabhupada likes his preaching. He was holding back a bit in many ways. And he was, and he was liberal. Talk about this is real liberality. He's just working through here. The Father works through the Son, right? Well, he's my spiritual father. I don't know about you guys. See? And he bestows the liberality through the line, all the way through the line. Prabhupada is very important, like Jesus. See, there are two names I chant predominantly when Jesus and Prabhupada. Jesus was like my awakening guru, and then Prabhupada is my shiksha. His books, the Goswami books, led me to the Goswami books. And Lord Caitanya, and Lord Caitanya is actually, he's the spiritual master of the whole universe. And we use his teachings. They're very simple, very free. You notice how free you can become in his teachings? My God, just become a devotee of Lord Caitanya by being around devotees, real devotees of Lord Caitanya. And then you get that freedom. Lord Caitanya came to bestow liberality of this ecstatic devotion of Vrindavan. That's why he came here, to give it freely. For a long time, he said, I have not given devotion of the kind of devotion of Vrindavan to the people of the world. Well, that's happening again. You could see all the symptoms of that here, but you don't see it in ISKCON. You don't see those symptoms in ISKCON, Gaudiya Math, or Gaudiya Smriti, or anywhere else in the world. You don't see them. Something you see amongst ecstatic Christians, maybe. But not only do we have the ecstasy, we got the truth also. We got it. All this mercy of these great associates of the Lord who wrote. Lord Chaitanya didn't write. He empowered these devotees to write his thoughts. See, his thoughts, the Lord's thoughts, Lord Chaitanya's intimate thoughts. And it is my great privilege to preach those intimate thoughts and intimate teachings. And if people don't like it in general, too bad for you, man. You lose. But those who do like that, do appreciate this preaching, do appreciate this ecstatic worship, do appreciate the Lord visits us every day, because just the emanation of that will deliver you. All you have to do is bask in that, and everything is accomplished. Your purification that you can't do by chanting one lack of offensive rounds is come just by coming into this emanation where God is coming himself. He's purifying us and purifying you, because you're here where we're at. We're just like these transformers, transmitters, like You ever see, like, I got a transmitter right by me. That's why I'm here. It's close. See, the Lord is like that. See, the devotees are these, they pick up the antenna of the spiritual world, of the Wi-Fi, and they transmit that out. And if you're close to that, you get it. You feel it, even by this camera stuff. See, you're connected. We don't need any material wires or even close proximity as long as this message is going out. See? I have this Wi-Fi is in my room, but it's farther away. It doesn't come in very good. And that's the problem with religion. The Lord is more distant from those kinds of devotees. See? Because it's not emanating through their gurus very well, is it? They're far more distant and not picking up the signal, like being close to it. That's a devotee, man. You got to be around somebody like that. The Lord comes very close to it and starts transmitting. From them, ecstatic prema emanates. See, that kind of thing. And that prema is what purifies you. That truth that comes from prema is what purifies you. See, this is Guru Tattva from another angle. People don't get that. This is why we speak so much about it until people get it. Then you walk in the door and you know what I'm talking about. It becomes like a no-brainer. Right now, it's so complicated to the Acharya Dave. What's he talking about? I can't figure it out because you're in speculation, all of you. You're speculating. The whirlwind demon is spinning in your mind. You cannot pick it up. You can't pick up relish of the name of God. You can't even see its glories. You make something else glorious of those scriptures you juggled. So juggling all these scriptures. The devotees preaching the real path are just tasting that name, man, and emanating. And then, the Lord gives them real, clear, logical understanding, and they give that to you. And man, it busts all your ignorant thoughts from following all these little pipsqueaks out there. These little toddlers going by the name as Acharya Deves and all that. Little babies, man. All of them, Narayan Raj included. Even said he was a baby in front of Prabhupada. And he's right, man. And his Prabhupada is speaking here. Telling him and telling his followers a few things. Narayan Raj was right. I was sitting right there. He says, I'm just a little baby in front of your Prabhupada. You're right. You are. And I'm just declaring it because that's exactly what's here. The real guru is one, man. Prabhupada's speaking here. All of them. Rupa and all of those guys. And declaring that, hey, man, why follow toddlers? What, many lifetimes before you get the prema that the Lord Chaitanya came here to give? Well, anyway, we got the order to give it like Nityananda. Why not just get it, man? Why not just come and bask in the truth and bask in the ecstasy? That's all you got to do, man. You please God better than chanting one offensive lack a day and following a zillion of those rules and not eating carrots or tomatoes or whatever they don't do. What is your not shaving on Chaturmas going to do in comparison to being here, where you hear such truth that you can't speak, that Narayan Raj couldn't speak, and Prabhupada withheld because you weren't ready? Well, he's not withholding anymore. Here's the real succession, my friends. You're ready to succeed? It's time to succeed, to complete this. You don't want success? Well, stay out there and listen to these bozos, these little pipsqueaks. Squeaking mice, these little mouses. This is success here. The success is love of Krishna, prema bhakti. It's here, man. It's at hand. The kingdom of God is within. We speak about within, right? And at hand, we call it up every day. So you ready to stop messing around? Come listen here a few days and see what you think. Hare Krishna. Get it. Oh, I definitely feel like that. It's like painful to miss any bit. Yeah. This is our daily food or prasad, which is the essence of Kamalakanta. Exactly. Only lucky Luke is faster than his shadow. Material law created by the government is created with the back doors for the benefit of the rich and the criminals to escape. Yeah, but that's the corruption. It's just they can't, that's why, it's like they don't want any privacy for us, right? But they want privacy for them. They've been working in the shadows. They don't want us to know what they're doing. They don't want us to know, right? But they want to know everything we're doing. See, that's win-lose. This is the world. It's all like that everywhere. See, even all the way up into religion. These gurus, it's all win-lose. Yeah, they win and you lose, right? They win, they become glorious, and well, not really glorious, glorious in the eyes of Maya and those in Maya, not glorious here. That's why you see, this is that verse in force. This is what it looks like. Lord Chaitanya works through low-class, fourth-class Sudra to destroy the pride of these big sannyasis and everything. That everybody think, oh, I would never, just believe what they say blindly. Oh, you got to convince me. Come here and convince me you are qualified to deliver disciples. Convince me that I'm wrong about you. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking about you out there. If you defend yourself, come here, have your disciple. Bring your disciple, defend you, defend your reputation.
Whoops.
But nobody will. Blip. See, but nobody does because they don't have the power to do that. They don't have the authority. Maya knows it. She stands, they're all just servants of Maya. That's on that level. Okay, great, you're religious. That's okay, but ready to move on a little bit? We'll give you that. You're religious. See, we're in truth. We're doing what Jesus said. The Lord's looking for this kind of worship, man, in spirit, in truth, in the devotion, the ecstasy, and in the revelation that comes from that. The revelation on the scriptures, man. You see, I don't give up the scriptures. I use them. They're tools. They're swords. They're weapons of mass divinity. Watch out with the scriptures in the hands of somebody that ecstatically worships the Lord. Oh, yeah. Destroys illusions. Okay, where were we? I love that one. The lawgiver, the entire creation. See, people are totally into the laws. See, they're either into the law or they're into rebelling against the law, or they're against cheating, or they're into cheating the law, or trying to comply with the law. You ever see those who are trying to comply with the law? Oh, you just yeah. They just blindly do it. Yeah, so you got those complying the law, you guys, those are rebelling against the laws of the creation, right? And then you guys, the cheaters, the lawgivers themselves, the biggest cheaters of all. So it's all cheating going on, right? So the law ain't perfect. The Lord knows that. Devotees know that. That's why we're here to help. We're here to help the law. Hey, you cheaters out there, we'll give you better benefits than you got already. It's all that's just corrupting you. And those who are complying, these are better benefits. You'll understand, what they're really doing. Otherwise, everybody's lining up, believing in their authorities and going to their death now. You have no choice. You can't think. See, they've taken that out. They poisoned your food enough. This is what the government has done. They poisoned our food. They put mercury in our teeth to destroy our brains, and still some people still come out, and all kinds of stuff, the fluoride in the water. This is all to dumb people down, This is what Maya does. She's not a perfect master. So get with the real program. See, you come here, we'll talk about Maya, who are the servants of Maya, that she's not helping saved, are the ones coming into the kingdom. You know, the door is open here. Come into this. Come into the spiritual world. Mhm. Yeah, the bhakti law. See that?
You disappear a lot of times, Guru Maharaj.
Oh, are we coming through, or is it?
Sometimes you disappear for a few seconds.
Okay. I wonder what it is. Let me check here.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, it should. Yeah, maybe it'll straighten out in a minute or two. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's go on. Okay, you are very dear to Nityananda and the crest jewel of the Brahminical race. All glories to your dearmost devotees. See, all glories to your dearmost devotees. This is the idea. We need to find those who the Lord's dearmost devotees are. It's mutual. See, if the Lord is very dear to you, that means you know him. You know him more intimately than most know him. Some people just know him in more or less name, in ceremony and all of that. See, ceremonial knowing. That's something, but his dearmost devotees are those who are dear to his true form. His true form is Satchidananda. Just like Jarasandha, he was a devotee of the Lord. He worshipped Vishnu. Vishnu is God, right? He followed the rules and regulations and all of that. But was he a dearmost devotee of the Lord? No. But he was worshiper. This is like ISKCON and all these other groups. Are they devotees of the Lord? Yes. But are they the dearmost devotees? No. How do we know? Well, Krishna came from Vrindavan, see? The abode of ecstatic worship, right? He comes to Mathura. And what was Jarasandha's attitude? Ooh, you, I don't like you. I hate you. And he was a devotee. What's the same thing with now? The same thing, because we're empowered with that ecstatic worship that Krishna was doing in Vrindavan. We're coming to the Vaidhi Bhaktas, and what do? A lot of them. Ooh, we don't like you. See, you have the same attitude as Jarasandha. So that's why we come, because this gets purified, because people, that's why, this is great mercy. The Lord comes first, he gives it to them. He says, oh, look, you believe in Prabhupada, you Westerners, you believe in his books. Okay, they're not presented very well because your gurus are not really that well. They still need help. They're still diseased, so you can't expect, everything. But hey, we'll give that to you. You like the books, you like the scriptures, you like Jesus, you like the books, but it's not always presented that nicely. So the devotees empowered, they come back first. Didn't Jesus go back to the Jews? Because the Jews would give, oh, you believe in God. Okay, well, the Pharisees are not presenting very good job, because they speculate. They just, the way they are, they corrupted by, having too much power over people and wealth, just how it is. So Jesus came to them at first, right? So aren't we coming back to the Vaishnavas just like Krishna? It's the same pattern. Lord Chaitanya did the same thing. he came back to Navadvip. See, they were worshiping Krishna and God there. So he comes back. He went to Lord Jagannath. They were worshiping in Puri, God, right? He comes there. See, he went to the holy places to deliver the conditioned souls, because things get corrupted unless there's a person who is an ecstatic worship of the Lord. They're the dearmost Lord devotees. See, they're so intimate with the Lord, they become as ecstatic as God. And then people get to see, oh, God is ecstatic? I never saw this before. I mean, look at people. They come across our Sangha there. What is going on there? Why is this person crying? See, in other words, they don't know. They never met dearmost devotees of the Lord. Dearmost devotees of the Lord laugh and they cry just like the Lord laughed and cried. Didn't Lord Caitanya, isn't he God? Didn't he show that he laughed and cried and choked up when he was worshiping the Lord? Well, why shouldn't we represent that if we're representing the real God? You get my drift? Or are you drifting away? You see, God is a logical God. He's a clear God. Can you imagine if people hear he's like, wow, you're really clearly directing me to what God really is. How come my gurus never told me that? Because they're not that. Unless you're that, unless you are a representative of the representative of the ecstatic Lord in the world. And preaching that, emanating that, preaching its glories, how can that reality open up to people? The reality of the true Lord open up. God is still a mystery to so many people. See, he's only revealed through his dearmost devotees if they're revealing. They're not always revealing. Prabhupada wasn't revealing everything. He was a dearmost devotee. Bhaktisiddhanta was also, and so was Bhaktivinoda. But they revealed more, and now it's time to get out of kindergarten and go to first grade. If you get to first grade, you'll skip all the rest and go to PhD. You'll have a better one than the Acharya Dev over there. Amy's she's already got a better degree than him. Just by being here, just cheerleading from her heart, like saying, yeah, man, this is my wealth. I love this. Oh, I feel so happy. That is like nectar to the ears of the Lord. That's called the dearmost devotee. People like that appreciate the Lord's reps here in this world. Lord Krishna will cheat the cheaters of religious institutions and organizations who do not accept this amazing. Yeah, exactly. Pretty simple. Look at that. Look at her. Oh, God. Somebody pinch her cheeks. Now isn't that, see, that you see the spirit coming through her, you know. She's going back to work as a food service girl too. They're giving her hassles at home because they think she should be more productive. I told her yesterday, this is the way families are. They're so mundane. They don't see the contribution you do. She's contributing more to her family and anybody else here, to your families, just by coming here and hearing close, these messages. You're contributing more than anything, And this is like Jesus said. See, Martha, there was Martha and Mary. This is the same situation in living color, okay? There was Martha and Mary, right? And Mary was listening to Jesus like, wow, man, he was saying, oh, so many amazing things. Oh, this was like nectar to her ears. And Martha was busy working, doing this and doing that and cleaning the house and all that. And she got, well, why isn't Mary, why isn't she going around doing this and making money and, and serving and cooking and all this stuff? And I'm doing all this and she's sitting there listening to you, Jesus. What did Jesus say? Just what I say. We all say the same thing. Not that I'm Jesus, but we're all part of this same family. We all say the same. Don't you want people to say the same thing? Do you want somebody to say something different than Jesus? Or do you want to say, here's somebody saying something that Jesus and Lord Caitanya and Prabhupada really said and really believed in their hearts? So you get to hear that again. And you judge if it's the same thing. You tell me. He says she's doing the better thing and it won't be taken away from her. Okay? The better thing is to hear from the real devotees. What did Maharaj Parikshit, did he go say, well, I'm sorry, Shukadev, I got some kingly duties to do and I can't go and listen to the rest of your conversation because I'm going to be busy? No, he did the better thing, right? And went back to Godhead. And that goes for you smucks out there. This is the better thing. That's why I come here. You don't think I'm listening to this? I listen good. I want to hear everything the Lord says. Figure that out. Jesus was no different. He also liked to hear what the Lord said through his mouth. What do you think we chant in ecstasy for? We like to hear what the Lord is saying through your own mouth, man. It's the Lord, man, coming through. That's why devotees get ecstatic with their own chanting. Why else? See, they've been accepted by the Lord. The Lord says, I'm going to chant through you now, and I'm going to chant as you. And you're going to be happy about it. Yes, Lord, please have your way. I like it. Yeah, see, Karuna probably believes that. Thinks, yeah. See, so that's why. Yeah, that's better. This is the better thing, actually. So do you believe that that's not a very good thing that she's doing? If you do, you're a real mundaner, man. You're Martha, man. Go out there, Martha. Whatever happened to Tom? He used to come. He became shy or something nowadays. What happened to you, Tom? What's happening out there? You
He comes to class. I see him in class, but for not in stream now, but he comes to class.
Yeah, what's going on there? We want to see what's going on, man. What are you hiding over there? What do you got, a girlfriend now or something? Well, you don't have to hide your girlfriends. You bring them here. We don't hide our girlfriends, do we? Right, River? We don't hide our girlfriends. You know? All right, we show our girlfriends. Why don't you show yours? So, all glories to your dear most devotees. You are the crest jewel of the Brahminical race. See the crest jewel? The crest jewel is a devotee of, you're the crest jewel of the Sudras, the crest jewel of the Vaishyas, the crest jewel of all the races, is a devotee. And if you're not like a real devotee, a dear most devotee, intimate devotee of the Lord, knowing the Lord and preaching the Lord, this is the great, isn't it? This is the most wonderful thing, is to preach the transcendental nature of the Lord in this world. I got the order to do that. You guys got the order too. Because this is a teamwork now. We preach the transcendental nature of the Lord and poo-poo everything else. It's just poo-poo in comparison to the transcendental. Hey man, why not take the grace, this name of the Lord, this association of the Lord, his devotees is the greatest thing in the world. Everything else is poo-poo. Why go for the poo-poo when you can get the perfume of the Lord? You can get the scent of the spiritual world here. Isn't that that's the amazing thing? You can almost smell the spiritual world. The fragrance of the spirit comes here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. See, this is the thing. This is the better thing. You persons, you know how many people have told me, "Well, go, Ari. Okay, yeah, you're doing this, but I got busy. I got to do my deity worship. I got to do my regulative program. I don't have time to come here." And I tell you guys, this is the better thing. If you haven't figured it out yet, and most haven't. This is the better thing, just to come here. It's like this is very conclusive. Don't tell me that you have duties to do out there that are more important in the Varnashram system. This trumps the Varnashram. This gives you the result 100 times better than the Varnashram following, just by coming here and hearing. Matter of fact, that's ignorance if you continue on with that and don't follow this path. If a person says, "Oh, this is so much baloney," go, Hari, where is that proven? Well, it's proven in Caitanya Lila. It's proven by Maharaj Parikshit. He gave up, abandoned his duties just to hear from a pure devotee. He had only 7 days left. He said, "I'll use it wisely like this." It was the wisest thing. The Brahmin said, we're not gonna spend all our time trying to perfect these Brahminical duties. We're gonna just sit and listen to Shukadev Goswami, an empowered representative of the Lord. What do you think is going on here? You don't think it's any different? This is even better. Oh, how can you say it's better? Well, Lord Chaitanya didn't come back then, and he came in this one. He's given even more mercy. He's given a higher relationship that he gave Maharaj Parikshit. And those Brahmins who listened to Sutta Goswami. The mercy is increased. Hey, but it's the same process, right? You hear from the Lord's real transcendental rep, and then all is well. Better than following 1,000 Vaidhi Bhakti rules and regulations in deity worship. Oh, and then if you want a Caitanya Lila example, look at Advaita. He was a perfect Brahmin. Oh, he followed perfectly the Brahminical things. Well, not when he was ecstatic, though. But in the middle of his deity worship, a real devotee came to the courtyard. Right in the middle of the flame and the deity, put it down. Didn't complete the worship, which you're supposed to do according to the Bible. He never stopped the worship. He down. The flame went down. He went to the devotee and he heard from the devotee, talked to the devotee, listened to the devotee. Oh, that was more pleasing to Krishna. See? Not somebody, if he would have said, "Oh no, I'm going to complete the worship like people do here," and they get a chance to come here and hear what they've never heard before. None of their gurus could speak like this. Narayan Raj couldn't speak like this. Srila Maharaj couldn't speak these kinds of things. You would never know these things. And Prabhupada withheld these things in Bhakti and Bhakti Vinod. But they're coming out now. And people still tell me, "I just want to listen to Sridhar's tape. Why should I go to you? I still want to listen to Narayan Raj's tapes. Why should I go to you? He's the illustrious thing." Well, you're hearing things that they never spoken. And I say, yeah, if you come here, you'll hear what Prabhupada actually said, what he actually meant. What these guys couldn't say. These other, the God brothers, they weren't like Prabhupada. I stand with that conclusion because Prabhupada stood for it. He said, nobody's like this. It's very special to find somebody empowered by the transcendental potency of the Lord. I was in the Narayan Raj group and they were saying, "Oh, go just find a pure devotee. They're all over the place." Yeah, our guru says, "Oh, all the God brothers were as good as Prabhupada." Yeah, they're all, even the one that Prabhupada said was a black snake. He said, "Oh yeah, he's definitely Acharya, the great Acharyas." What's going on, man? Are you ready to wake up anybody? Who do you believe? Yeah, I not only believe Prabhupada, I see personally now because I believed enough. He got me through by listening to his opinion about things. And then I saw people contradicting it, trying to say they're successors. I say, I don't believe it. Sorry. Okay? That's why Prabhupada came to me, right? I abandoned the Tamal Krishna guru out there. If he wasn't pleased with that, why did he come? Why did Krishna come if they weren't pleased? Why wouldn't they be pleased if you got the real representative of Prabhupada here, if you abandoned these gurus like I did? See, you get the flowers showered on you. That's what, the Bali Maharaj, I did what Bali Maharaj, my students do what Bali Maharaj did. Then you become a real student of Shuddha Bhakti. He abandoned his guru who was adverse to Shuddha Bhakti. I abandoned Tamal, Christian, all of them who were adverse to Shuddha Bhakti. See, therefore Prabhupada came and Krishna came. And look, he's coming to you guys. Must be some authority here, huh? Maybe Gaur Hari Das is not so crazy after all. Abandoned ISKCON and Surya. Yeah, well, anyway, the people need to figure it out. Where is the deeper teaching now? Where is the progress? Where is devotional service going to go except to real devotion, real ecstatic devotion? Where else can it go? There's only one place. It's to Raganuga, spontaneous worship of Krishna. That's here. Where else is that? Nowhere. It's not in the Narayan Raj group. Show me. Nobody can, nobody will. They're all, well, no, we don't really have it. I'm just telling you what's inside. We don't really have it, but we'll pretend we have it. Oh, well, they're a tear coming. Oh, sorry, I wipe it. You see, I'm so an ecstatic devotee, but I don't want to show the confidential nature of Krishna. See, therefore nobody knows. But you can't show it anyway. It's all baloney. I don't believe it. Prove me wrong. I don't mind being wrong. Hey, man, that'd be great. Then I get to meet another real devotee instead of a bunch of bullshitters throwing a lot of baloney around. I'm tired of that. Show me that you're real. That's all. Give me the real deal, man. Give me the real Jesus-like person. Give me the real Prabhupada-like person. Give me the real Rupa Goswami. Give me the real devotee of the Lord, intimate associate, the dear devotee. Otherwise, shut up, and you do, because you got nothing to say here. You're only for the fools. People foolish enough to believe you when this is here, that's foolish, man. Now you can see where foolishness is. It's the apocalypse after all, man. Everything's revealed now, even this. This is your escape route, man. You can get out of this now. See, I have to preach like this if it's going to be a route. You have to see, where's the root? See, the root is the root. The root of where Krishna grows, man, is the root. The real Krishna. Yeah. It's how many Prabhupads were there that were actually empowered like that? One, right? How many Jesus Christ were there? One. Prabhupada never said, I'm Jesus Christ. Jesus never said, I'm Moses. No. Prabhupada spoke the conclusive truth about that. He said the real Acharya, Guru is one, and the real Acharya, which is the real Guru, is also one. See? And Krishna uses that person to deliver the world. How many of those do you find? It's always, where's all bunch? Only in the Narayan Raj group did I hear, there's so many pure devotees around to deliver you. Prabhupada never said that. Why does he say something so different? Guru is one. Do I say anything different than Prabhupada? like that, the essence. Prabhupada said the real acharya is self-effulgent. They don't need anybody to tell them they're an acharya. They don't need any special clothes for them to preach. All they need is Krishna and Radha, the truth, Lord Chaitanya. That's it. And they start from scratch. Didn't Prabhupada start from scratch? Didn't Bhaktisiddhanta? He just rented a house and he started preaching, and 60,000 disciples came. Did Prabhupada start? He started with 40 rupees in America. I started from scratch too. I had nothing, a homeless guy. Haven't really had a home since 1973. I even got in real estate. I didn't even have a home then, really. I was always just in rental places. I had 11 apartment buildings. And then I just gave it up. I just said, man, this is distracting me. From the real business at hand. So, anyway, Vishwambara continued transcendental activities in Navadvip. Vishwambara continued his transcendental activities in Navadvip, but not all could see them. See, that's the thing. These are transcendental. We continue these transcendental activities. These are transcendental, aren't they? What is our subject matter? Transcendence, right? Transcendental. Am I talking about women's liberation? This is a trick question. I ask a question. Am I talking about women's liberation? I guess you got it already. Yes, of course. See, Acharya Dev was talking about women's liberation, but not us.
That's material, what he talks about, his use of material.
Talking about women's liberating Radharani, man. We need to liberate that lady. Get her out into expression in this world. Because that's the only thing that's going to save it. That's why the Lord came in her mood to save the world. Only bhakti is going to save this world. Only devotion. Devotional expression is going to save this world. Otherwise, people don't know Radharani. They don't know her importance. It's all Radhe, 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 the name, but no Radhe. Where's Radhe? It's all these crying schools, but no crying. Radhe cries a lot. Where's the crying? I'm sorry, we don't show you Radhe. It's too confidential, different. Nobody knows what she is and her glory. You got to see look at the glory that Radha is bestowing upon us. It's her glory. You think it's Krishna? No, he just comes along as the package. It's Radha who's the glorious one here. Look at the glory she bestows, the freedom she bestows. See, Krishna's the jail cell, and she opens it. That's the people don't know the glory. You want to know the glories of Radha. The only place I've seen them preached is here, because they got to be an expression. You got to show the world Radha's glorious. Look at what freedom you got from having her blessings and her coming through her girlfriends, her real ones. They're the ones, the real guru in our lives. See, you develop faith in this, now you have faith in the real God. The real God is represented by his real devotees, his dearmost ones. So, but not all could see them. See, but those who come, see, if you're people who hear this preaching, they'll know. Or not know. Most won't, because they're blinded by faith. Their faith in the divisions of faith. Most people, they have faith in more mundane vibration. They cannot pick this up. But those who are, Jesus said, I have sheep in many different folds. You see, that now I just preached, and those who know they're to be here, even they're from outside, they say, oh, I really like the vibration. They come. Yeah. Sri Vishwambara, the supreme hero. I like that. That quality is so amazing. That's what I get every day. He's a supreme hero. Lord Vishwambara, Radha and Krishna, supreme hero and heroine. They come and save me every day. You know, this being saved, when they say, are you saved? Well, I just, am I saved? No, I don't want to be saved. I don't want to feel like I'm saved. I want to be saved every day. I love that. Being saved every day. Isn't it nice to be saved every day? River, isn't it? Every day, Govinda, we're saved. The hero and heroine come and save the day. Save our day. And man, our day is like, that is it, man. I just come to be saved. I don't want to, this is not a noun. It's a verb. I want to meet the Savior every day. See, Christians don't. They want to be saved. It's like a noun. Are you saved? Yeah, well, I was saved, way back when. Are you saved? Well, let's see in this moment. No, say, oh Lord, please come. That's what I want. I want this union and separation thing. This is the highest revelation of Vrindavan, union and separation. I want to feel like, oh Lord, I need to be saved. Oh, please come to the rescue. I'm your, I'm the hero, and it's your duty to save me. Or Radha needs to be saved if you're Manjari mood. Radha needs to be saved. Please come and save her life, and let me just see that. Because whatever she feels, it registers here also. That put a smile on Lalita's face. See, we got all moods here, man. We can handle anything. Oh, you Manjari? Come here. Oh, Gopi? Direct, you want more? No, come here, man. It's okay. Friend of Krishna? Follower of Shiva, like, like Govinda? He gets everything. He gets Shiva, he gets Radha and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, everything. Man. Isn't that nice? A Shiva worshiper can come here and get everything. Get Shiva, you got just like me. I got Jesus, and I got Lord Chaitanya, I got Radha and Krishna. I get them all, man. That's why I love this. Lord Chaitanya is the best incarnation of them all. You get everything. I don't lose anything. I didn't lose Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, glad I figured it out. Some of these others, they don't figure it out. They leave here for Jesus, and they think that that's all they get. They lose this. Here, we got more of Jesus, more realization, because Jesus was into truth, wasn't he? Why wouldn't he be into this if he was? Here we got more truth. He's more attracted here. Why is he more attracted to Christians who are alloys, who have other motives? Jesus didn't teach this stuff about alloyed devotional service, He was into just be with God, man, and everything will come. The internet's strong today because I'm right by the Wi-Fi. I don't know why I didn't figure this out before. Yeah, it's quite comfortable in this room. There's nobody here in the early mornings. Yeah, I'm in the kitchen part. This is the kitchen. The group kitchen, and very few people use it, especially not at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Having descended from Vaikuntha, about revealing his pastimes. See, and so this is what it's all about, man. We need Savior. Everybody in this world needs a Savior. Man. So when you become saved, and you know the process of being saved, especially to this extent, we come here and we help others. We teach the process of being saved, and you need a Savior, man. Everybody in the new age, you need a Savior. Forget about trying to be sovereign on your own. This is the God delusion. You think you're like God's. It's not much different than George Soros. who thinks he's God. And all of these guys, they want to be God on earth, basically. You also want to be God on earth. Demigods and the demons. You're both an illusion. Come here, we'll finish the illusion. Just be saved and saved every day. It's wonderful. It's a great happiness. And you'll be sovereign in being a servant of the transcendental Lord. That's our ultimate position, universally, everybody. You demons, you demigods, kind of get off your soapbox and come and get saved. Wash all your sins. Demigods and demons, you all got sins still. Doesn't matter, man. Come, my Lord will clean you up. He cleans us up every day. Lolita ain't no perfect thing. She just looks perfect. She's out there doing practical things every day, you know, dealing with a bunch of bozos out there. Andromeda, long time no see. Where you been all morning? Were you doing some important duties? More important than this? We had a discussion about that you probably missed. Krishna's greedy. He wants everybody's attention. When he shows up, aha, Wi-Fi extender. I was thinking about that this morning too. I'm going to look at. Why wouldn't they? I don't know. Yeah. I might have to get one myself. See, the supreme hero, having descended from Vaikuntha, went about revealing his pastimes. The sublime joy of the devotees also increased. See, isn't that amazing? That's what we're doing here, isn't it? What? If the Lord doesn't reveal his transcendental activities, how are people going to know them? How are they going to become attracted? How are they going to become purified? He went about revealing his transcendental. What does that mean? Oh, he's going to reveal some tears, man. He's going to reveal some ecstasy, some union and communion, real yoga. People don't even know what real yoga is. They think it's what Shama Sundari does, twisting the body into pretzel. You know, that's yoga. I mean, good and good health, you know, that's okay for that. But this is real yoga, man. Communion, your spirit, uniting with the Lord. He's made it easier too, because people got to do all this hard work, you know, postures and all this. And, you know, a devotee, they just posture with God. That's their posture. They just, you know, go right in, and then their body is naturally contorted any way that, you know, like this, you know, like that. A lot easier doing yoga with the spiritual body once you get the knack. Then you just open your mouth. These people chanting one lakh with a big false ego, they can come here and chant three rounds, or even one round or half a round, and get 10 times the result. See, the Lord, when your spirit is awakened, everything becomes easier. You open your mouth and God comes. You open your mouth and you're more purified than a Vaidhi Bhakti doing 40 years of tough practices. Because the Lord remains there, you're not a dearmost devotee. And those who come to the dearmost devotees come close, they get more purification also than these people doing 40 years of austerities and rigid principles. And a lot of times the guru's not even doing it. A lot of times they're like these politicians. You stay home, and they're out having a nice dinner at a very fancy restaurant on your dime. And they can't give you anything back but restrictions. What's the difference between that and these gurus? They're going on your dime. You go in there and collect. I did it, man. I collected all this money, everything. And on my dime, my guru was eating pizza. And I was eating this stuff that I probably got diabetes from, with all that sugar in it. Yeah. See you sleeping on the bed of a canopy, and I had to sleep on the floor. See, what is the difference between these gurus and politicians? You're getting all the money, you're going collecting everything for them. What are you getting? Just like the politicians, more restrictions and more rules. What are you getting here? You don't have to give. If it comes to here, you give from your heart. But you don't have to give anything. But what do you get? Less restriction. You're taking off restriction. You get freedom. You get to be sovereign in God. You get the great joy of communing with God. There's nothing better than that. It takes you don't have to be, follow all these regulative things, or don't have to watch what you eat. You can eat whatever you feel you need to eat. And the Lord is still happy with you. You can even be a little naughty sometimes, because sometimes we got a little naughty in it. We want to experience some be a little naughty, and the Lord still cleans you up. You wanted to be a little naughty, go for it. Go ahead. I'm that way. I'm going to be a little naughty sometimes. I know River's like this. She's a naughty girl. And he cleans her up anyway. He keeps coming back, right? Yeah, but you guys, you're under stringent laws. You can't be naughty at all, otherwise you're going to be guilty. But only your gurus can be naughty, but it's always in the back. They don't want you to know they're naughty, but they want to know everything you're doing. What is the difference between them and the government and the elites? See, they're the elites in this world. Your gurus, man. That's why I poo-poo them, man. What is the elite person? He's like, go look at Acharya Dev's mansion he's living in, by the way, over there in Santa Barbara, the most expensive place. Go look at that, man. Where did he get that friggin' money, man? On your dime out there, how are you guys living? But, it'd be fine if he's living like that, but you got any ecstatic devotion? Are you relishing the pastimes of the Lord, the greatest treasure in the world? Yeah, some of you, there's no problem you support a guru like that, but usually they don't want to live like that. You're not even Prabhupada. You just like to go in a hotel room or something. The main thing is this: do I have internet? Like for me, do I have internet? That's the most important thing. I want to meet my friends every day. I want to meet with Krishna every day. And make sure that's all arranged. Anywhere I go, I always look at it. Okay, do they have good internet in the hotel? It's the main thing, man. Or in the motorhome, can we get good internet somewhere? That's Janaki and I were always looking for the good internet, So, because there would be beautiful places that would go, well, there's no internet there. We can't go there. And other people, they think, well, let's just go to the beautiful place. No, we're thinking service. We're thinking serving ourselves, man. You see, serve yourself, man. Save yourself. This is only by attracting Krishna can we save ourselves, man. Only if he comes are we got to have the hero. Yeah, you know why they have no guilt feelings? Because a lot of them can be psychopaths. See, they're cut off. Just like in the government, a lot of those people are psychopaths. They don't care about you. So that's, who was like that? Kamsa. Kamsa was a hypocritically devout guru. He was a king, but he was pretending to be religious. Even Jarasandha, how do we know that? Jarasandha considered him a religious person, and Jarasandha was religious. But even he could not see through Kamsa. Jarasandha was a good guy. He was a religious person. He was honest and everything, but he still believed. He didn't have the realization to believe in Krishna, transcendental to Kamsa. He couldn't see the hypocrisy. See? He couldn't get over the hypocrisy himself. Nobody can. It's like Narayan Raj. Was a good guy on many levels. Good guy. Everybody knows. As such, he was a good guy. But that ain't good enough. You can't see through the hypocrisy of the world. You see Putana all the way up into Vrindavan. She got into Vrindavan. She fooled devotees. She's not easy to see. It was not easy for me to see how the extent of what was blocking Vrindavan from consistent entrance to stay there. He couldn't see that. That's why he glorified the gurus that Prabhupada didn't glorify. See? Prabhupada could see. He could see the black snake in Vrindavan, hiding Vrindavan, even amongst his god brothers. See, only a specially empowered person can do that. See? That's why you see Narayan Raj, and I'm just teaching. This is because, those who want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes. See, Narayan Raj said, "Oh well, they're sannyasis and they're thunderbolts. He always preached austerity and renunciation and tough rules, because that's what these persons, many of them, were sort of doing. Maybe, he said, well, they're pure devotees because they did like that. I still hear that preaching now. No, that's not the real ultimate standard. You could be a Sudra and not follow any rules and regulations like Nityananda and like many of his followers. But you got the real mercy. You got Shuddha Bhakti. See, you've been blessed by the real thing. See? And you preach the real thing. You preach the real path. The real path is just be around devotees who have the real thing. That's simple, man. They're the path. They're the way, the truth, and the life of real bhakti. Otherwise, you're preaching renunciation, austerity, see, and big tough rules like Narayan Raj was, and you're going down the wrong path to get this that you see here, which is what Lord Chaitanya brought. It's time for the birds and the bees, time to wake up. That's why there's no symptoms of this kind of bhakti here, which is like you read in the book, and not there. They're all wiping the tear. They were all expressing it and sharing it with the world. Very important to, people are going that way. See, they're going in that flow, and there's going to be many lifetimes like the Guru told them. But this is divine intervention. The truth will set you free if you hear it. If you believe this, then you enter into a new direction. The real direction, the one that brings you to Vrindavan without a lot of trouble, without more incarnations. Many of you Narayan Raj devotees, if you hear this, you could attain it in this lifetime. Otherwise, if you're going that direction, in that association, then you're going to be many lifetimes, because you don't have it. Even the biggest gurus don't have it there. I don't care how austere they are, it doesn't matter. It's not conclusive. This is conclusive. The mercy is here, and that's the only where you get it, is where the mercy is. The mercy is prema. Prema is here. We're relishing it and tasting it and having the realizations that come from prema and preaching it. And you believe this preaching, you're going to get purified. You're going to get prema. In this life and these others, more lifetimes. You'll be destroyed if you don't accept this preaching. Destroyed means you stay in the cycle of birth and death. Here you get saved out of that. So, Vishwambara was accompanied everywhere by his dearmost brother. Oh, actually, time to, who wants to read? Lalita, first hand goes up. You want to continue where I was? Or
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, thank you. Um, Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glories to you. Glories to Srila Prabhupada. Vishwambara was accompanied everywhere by his dearmost, his dearmost associate and brother, Nityananda, and they, together with all the devotees, ecstatically relished the transcendental mellows. The Lord,
See, isn't that what it's all about? Together with the Lord, relishing ecstatic mellows. That's what we're all about here. This is relishing ecstatic mellows. This kind of activities in the world. We're here doing those kinds of activities, showing the world that this is the great happiness of the world. This is the greatest happiness. This is the greatest revelation of God and His devotees. This has never been so clearly revealed. This has never been so clearly revived since 500 years publicly. See, we're taking these verses and they're living again in our lives. People can come and see, wow, they're relishing mellows. I didn't know that before because they're preaching the glories of relishing mellows. It's opening up this reality to me because I'm listening. And this reality of relishing mellows is opened up, but my gurus couldn't open up this reality because they're giving me a reality of stringent rules, regulations, and ceremonies and external worship and all that. And I don't even know if my gurus are following all that. The hypocrisy is going. So it's not purified, but these mellows purify us, continue, because very attractive to the Lord and His dear devotees. And we keep it going, don't we? Every day we keep this going, this relationship. It stays intact and gets stronger, you notice, and starts to bring more people in. Why? It's the best thing in the world. It's the most attractive thing. You know, that's why the Lord came here and showed this activity of His devotees relishing mellows together. You know, and it became, people saw that's very attractive. Wow, what can we do to be saved like that every day? We like the way it's not a noun, it's a verb. Yes, every day we come to be saved by our Krishna. Even Lord Chaitanya, who is God, came to get in on the act. Show the act of being saved every day by the Lord coming to the rescue. Oh, Krishna, Lord, the hero of Vrindavan, come and save me. Don't you see? He would go into the mood of Radharani and start to be like her, you know. Save my life, Krishna. You know, I love you so much. You're the most amazing person. Sorry, I got a little tangent there. Go ahead there.
the Lord was always intoxicated, drinking, drinking the nectar of His own transcendental name every night. Every night he
See,
was.
so the Lord came. So the Lord came to taste that nectar of chanting His holy name. That's the representative of Lord Chaitanya. They taste the nectar of the holy name. That's your Guru Dev. If your guru is not like that, they can't help you very well, can they? They need to know this. They need to know where the real path is. That's why you see it's the devotee that's the path. The devotee who's tasting that nectar. That's why Lord Chaitanya is the spiritual master of the universe, because he could taste the nectar of the holy name. So his representative is also tasting that nectar. And if you're tasting that nectar, there's symptoms. Tears in the eyes, laughter, choking of the voice, and revelation and realization of its glories to the point of preaching it and communicating it, awakening this ability, this bhakti lata bij, this attraction in others to also taste these mellows.
and put them through the purification to get there. See? This is successor of Prabhupada. We're doing that. This is success of Prabhupada's mission. Well, of Lord Chaitanya's mission, working through the line. Go ahead, Lilita.
Yeah. Every night he was submerged in the, in the congregational chanting of the Lord's name, but with only his devotees. The non-devotees were disallowed in these kirtans. No one could fathom the Lord's potencies or activities. The envious persons, not being welcome to these kirtans, went around spreading bad rumors. Nothing has
See,
changed.
they were, that's why even here the Lord is, who's disallowing it? Are we? We're not disallowing it. Even the devotees, they didn't want to disallow it. It was the Lord who disallowed it. He's disallowing the millions of Vaishnavas out there still at this point, and just keeping to devotees here. Those who are, see, the non-devotees who are not really devoted to his transcendental manifestation. The real devotees can come here. It doesn't matter if you're in these groups, outside of these groups. If you're a devotee, it's in your heart. See, and you're not disallowed here. See, you're able to come here. See, but the non-devotees, they're the ones who spread the rumors, the bad rumors. See, they're not purified. They want to just get in, and that's what they wanted to do with Prabhupada. He called basically his godbrothers non-devotees. Oh yeah, they just want to get in and cooperate with us to take over. And the Lord saw the same mentality. He considered that non-devotional. Oh, you just want to come in here and take over and spoil our kirtan. See, that was his idea with the brahmachari. See, he wanted to teach the sannyasis. Oh, get that guy. He said, get that guy out of here. His renunciation, his drinking milk and not eating vegetables and only fruits. Get him out of here. I don't want him spoiling my kirtan. See? Oh, you went through Srivas. Come on back here. Okay. So for those who just want to get into the kirtan by their renunciate austerities, they don't get in, do they? But those who go through the devotees get in. So who has ever taught this? No one. Oh, the devotees teaching it in the pastime, isn't they? But you need to give voice to the word, right? Give voice to the scripture as it is. What it's really telling people, where the real path is the real devotee that relishes mellows. Not these who are, not Narayan Raj, who was promoting what? That path the brahmachari was representing. The austerities, the drinking milk, renunciation. See, people are following that path. Right now, I'm here to do some divine intervention. This is called the truth. See, you can switch now to the real path. The real path is the real devotees. The real devotees are here. They're coming and becoming real gurus, real acharyas. You can come and you watch Lalita's class and you'll become ecstatic just by seeing that emanation and hearing her teaching. Or anybody that's in ecstasy. River, listen to her classes, listen to Johans, listen to Janakis, listen to anybody, Govindas. Hey, that door is open now again. Go ahead.
Someone said, who can be a real Vaishnava in Kali Yuga? All those people are doing this simply for their food. Someone else said, if you could tie their hands and feet and throw them into a pond, then we might enjoy peace and quiet. Yet another said, no, one thing for certain, friends, this Nimai Pandita, he will ruin this village.
You see what the people was. See, just like now, are we in any different situation? They saying the same thing about our worship. You see, if you know history, you're not doomed to repeat it. See, so we're teaching history. We didn't know I'm a history professor here. Also, see. So if you see the people that are not purified, they don't know the glory of this bhakti that God was bringing there, and look at the rebellion against the Lord. See?
Yeah,
Okay, go
internet
ahead.
is going bad from your side. Some syllables fall away when you are talking, Guru Maharaj. Did you hear me? And your picture sometimes as well. Okay. These miscreants, they tried various means to enter the kirtan hall while the kirtan was in progress. They even reverted to threatening the devotees, but because their hearts were devoid of any piety, they could not influence the devotees and so could not participate in the kirtans. Sri Chaitanya he performed these nocturnal kirtans and thus he purified the entire material existence. Many townsfolk desired very much to see these kirtans, and they lamented bitterly upon their exclusion, ascribing the reason of their great misfortune. Some of them would approach one of the devotees and pray to them to first deliver them, to first deliver them from their sins, and then secretly smuggle them inside, inside the kirtan hall. They were smart. Nevertheless, devotees knew that the Lord is the omniscient super soul, and that he would immediately detect an unauthorized person's presence. So, out of fear of inviting the Lord's wrath, the devotees refused to take anyone inside. Once a brahmachari, a celibate student who was very peaceful, honest, and faultless, practicing penances and living only on milk and fruits. He wanted to see the kirtans of the Lord. However, the Lord would personally shut the doors. So this
Yeah,
did not.
isn't that how it is? The Lord personally shuts the doors to these devotees who believe in the wrong path and teach the wrong path. See, they teach that it's by austerities, and that see the Lord shuts the door to that intimacy.
Yeah.
See? He shuts the door. The door, see, the door. And so the devotees who go through the door, they're the ones who go through his devotees. That's what the Lord wanted to show. Oh, I shut the door to the austere and to the renunciates because their pride. They don't see how I really work. My humble devotees like Srivas.
So that the non-devotees could not enter. And this brahmachari would visit Srivas Pandita every day,
You're
repeatedly.
considered. See, you're considered a non-devotee until real devotion away. People think a devotee is austere and renounced and in the goody two shoes. That's not true. See, you could have those qualities, but you have to have devotion. You can have devotion and not have those qualities manifested externally. You may not wear a dhoti or be like showing that you're renounced the world and all these things. You could be in the world, but not, but you won't be overcome by the world. Okay? Because you have this relationship with the Lord. This is, otherwise you're still considered a non-devotee. See, here it's everything is topsy-turvy. That's why you see it is so hard to attain this devotion except going through the door, getting the mercy of a real Vaishnava when the mercy is being given. That people, they think it's by this other way that we can do it, by our own, austerity and all that. And so they're going that way. And not when this is here, that is an illusion. That becomes ignorance. So what they're doing in these groups by emphasizing austerities, renunciation, and sadhana, like Vaidhi sadhanas, to enter Vrindavan is ignorance because this path is here. Before, there's still some ignorance, but what are you going to do? You don't have this option. You have this option now. You have the actual mercy of Lord Chaitanya in force, which comes through his real reps distributing this mercy. See? So now that's all ignorance. Going Narayan Raj way is ignorant. It's very ignorant. Going the ISKCON way is ignorant. Gaudiya Math is ignorant. Why? Because this real mercy is here. So if people understand this point, then it's like, oh, wow, you're right. Am I preaching outside of the pastime, or is it just a revelation on the pastime, make what it actually represents? See, it's not just a story. It's the path. It's the path we must go to get this mercy quickly. Otherwise, everybody's more or less unclear. What is God? What is the real path? How to get God fast? Yeah, go ahead, Lilita.
So
Actually, you know what? I think, go ahead, read a little bit more.
So non-devotees could not enter. That's the second part of the...
Oh.
This brahmachari
So
would
that
visit so that non-devotees could not enter. So he shut the doors so that the non-devotees could not enter. And you explained it. Yeah. And this brahmachari would visit Srivas Pandita every day and repeatedly request him to be allowed for the kirtan.
See, isn't it so obvious the real path? How he eventually got in because he went to the devotee repeatedly. Wasn't proud of his position. Srivas was just a simple Brahmin, and this guy was a brahmachari, renounced in all of this. So that's the way for these big sannyasis. That's why we have to, this is humbling them with the truth. Because if they want to get in, they got to go this way. You got to come here, and then we'll get you into the kirtan.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. We'll get your fat ass in here. Fat or skinny ass during the austerities. Yeah, but you got to come in this way. Otherwise, you're not getting in. You got to come in the way the Lord is taught. And we're the representations of that teaching in the world, living, on the stage of life now. See? You can see those qualities that Srivas had. He was an ecstatic devotee here in this Sangha. We have a Sangha of ecstatic devotees. You got to come through these devotees to get to the real intimate kirtan of Lord Chaitanya, where you'll chant like the devotees do in ecstasy. Otherwise, you're outside. You're an outsider, man. I don't care how big your title is or how many followers you got. You're still an outsider. It's like Trump. He's an outsider. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of followers, right? So many millions. He's got an intimate family and all that, but he's an outsider. And it's the same with religion. They're all outsiders. They got big followers, big following, big buildings, big money, all that, big reputation amongst fools, or I mean neophytes. But they can't get into the real intimate kirtan. See, we treasure this because it's treasurable. It's real treasure. It's the pearl of great price. It's what Jesus was talking about. We got the real treasure. We got the store of wealth. We got something better than Bitcoin, gold, silver, and all the opulences of God rolled into one. We got that. We got where it all comes. We got the golden goose. All you got a little of the opulences coming from that goose. But we goose the goose every day, man. That's how you get this. You got to goose the goose, man. You got to commune with God. You got to have this transcendental experience of communion, beyond the wafer and the grape juice, the shadow. See, everybody's going for the wafer and grape juice in religion, in all of them, in being in Christianity or Catholicism. They're going to catechism and their grape juice communion. And the devotees, you're doing a grape juice communion also in Vaishnavism. You got no intoxicating wine of the spirit. You're getting a dry wafer. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, no ecstatic devotion, or not much. Okay? Come here, you get the real communion, the inside story. You want the inside story? Come here. You'll hear the inside story and you'll live the inside story. All right, go ahead, read on. A little bit more.
He requested him repeat that he be allowed for the kirtan. He would say, "If you kindly take me inside your house during the kirtan, then I can feast my eyes on the panditas chanting and
Now,
dancing."
that's true humbleness. See, that's the humility. See, if you take me inside the kirtan, because I can't go without you, that's Guru Dev. If you're not like that with a real guru, being taken inside, then you're not going to go. You're a non-devotee. You're not willing to learn the path. That's why these guys stay outside the kirtan. They're not thinking. They don't come to a real devotee and say, "Will you take me inside the kirtan?" That's what I want to see. If there's any desire, I want to see that people get this. I want to see some sannyasis coming here and saying, "Yeah, you're in the kirtan. Your sangha of devotees are getting in the kirtan, the intimate kirtan. You're the dear devotees of the Lord. Can you get me into the kirtan too?" What?
You believe in Santa Claus, Guru Maharaj. You believe one of them will come and say that we are one of the dearmost devotees. You think they will come?
Yeah, well, that's the problem. They don't have the understanding that it's only through the devotees that you can get the mercy of the Lord, because the Lord has shut the door to non-devotees. That's why the Lord says the devotees are more worshipable than I am, because they get you in. He's not coming. That's why the Lord came as a devotee, because Krishna ain't coming here. He's not attracted. Only a devotion attracts him. Therefore, the devotees say, "Send me, Lord," man. They got no devotion. They'll never attain you. So the Lord, when he sees you get a real guru and you give them honor, that's where you get showered with his mercy. Because now you also will teach the real path of how important guru is. Otherwise, the Lord, if it wasn't, this is what the neophytes don't understand. It's like that neophyte story, which comes to Prabhupada and says he's gotten all this mercy of Prabhupada just to get Krishna's knowledge and stuff and the association of such an exalted person. He says, oh, isn't it great Krishna's come to America? Krishna's come to America. Isn't it so great? And Prabhupada said, it's great that I came and gave you Krishna.
Yeah.
That's what you need to know that and acknowledge that, because otherwise you're going to go. The same thing here. People hear, oh, glories to all the devotees of the Lord. Yeah, which one? Which one are you getting Krishna from? Now, today.
Yeah.
See? And if you don't get that, you're going to end up going. I see people even coming back. They still got that stupid mentality. Oh, glories to all the devotees of the Lord. Yeah, which ones?
Who are the real ones? Yeah.
You're affecting your life so you're understanding Krishna.
Who is Guru?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what, so if you don't end up understanding that, and you just do that, that's called you're caught up in Mayavad. You want to be equal to Guru and God. See, it's contamination. People coming back here still have that, so some of them. So, and that'll always be their weakness until they get over that and realize the importance of the living Guru. Come here, because that's your deliverance here. See, that's what your witnesses do. See, here, even though many of you are getting so much bhakti, still the Lord gives you the right understanding because of that. Okay? He doesn't give you these false ideas.
It goes together.
It goes together.
You get this understanding because you have bhakti.
Yeah. I mean, it's like people that, it's like the people who were followers of Jesus when they were here. The apostles, the 11. Did they ever give up Jesus and glorifying Jesus, that where they got a relationship with God? Never. It was their guru, a real guru, somebody that's special. Okay? But this doesn't apply to those who are not real. See, that's what this is the Maya. The Maya will say, you see, the scriptures say never give up your guru, and you should never give up your guru. Well, when you have the real guru, of course. But most don't. They have false representatives. So yeah, when you give them up, that's glorious, actually. Then you're like Bali Maharaj. He gave up his spiritual master who had power to raise the dead, but not spiritually. He gave up his guru and followed the Vamanadev, the little dwarf Brahmin. See, because he was Shuddha Bhakta. See, the wives of the Brahmins they gave up their Brahmin guru husbands' advice, and they went to the cowherd boys. See, they're always ecstatic. The real path is one of ecstasy. Rapture, enraptured by the transcendental potency. Yeah. You want to live a life of rapture, or you just want to be ruptured?
Yes. I will be ever grateful to you for this.
See, ever grateful. You think that brahmachari ever lost his gratefulness? He would have never got into the kirtan. The Lord shut the door. But he went through a devotee and got in. Go ahead.
Finally, one day, Srivasa Pandita replied, I know you to be a good person who spends a sinless life eating only fruits and milk, maintaining strict celibacy. I think you are eligible to see the Lord's Kirtan and dancing. But
and that's the path. That's the path that Narayan Maharaj was preaching. See? He said, you got to be sinless, you got to be austere, renounced, eat only this, drink only that, follow only this, and then you're qualified to meet the Lord. Chant 1 lakh, then you're qualified to meet the Lord. See? So is it really true? No. The Lord's going to teach. Go ahead.
Yeah. But you will have to remain hidden inside the house, since the Lord's orders are that no one is to be allowed within. Srivasa then secretly brought the brahmachara inside, who soon carefully concealed himself. The kirtan started. And the Lord of the 14 worlds, Vishwavara, he began to dance. Lord Nityananda and Caitanya Pandita, they danced around the Lord. Vanacheta, he went dancing higher. No, hitter and titter, floating. Oh, waves of joy. Everyone was drowned. In the ocean of ecstasy. In the ocean of ecstasy. Becoming oblivious of the external world. As the Lord of Vaikuntha. Lost within himself, danced to his devotees singing. The only sound, the only sound to be heard was the names of the Lord. And that same Lord now manifested on the ecstatic symptoms in unlimited waves of nectar. The omniscient, supreme Lord Vishwabhara, he was fully aware of the presence of the brahmachari, even though he had concealed himself. After a short while, the Lord commented, "Today, I don't feel the usual ecstasy while dancing. Can any of you explain this? Maybe someone is hiding inside the house. Please tell me the truth." Srivasa Pandita became very afraid. He said, "My Lord, are you sure there are no atheists and non-believers in the house? Only a brahmachari, a fully qualified brahmana who is sinless and drinks only milk and eats only fruits. He had a strong desire to see you dancing." He had a strong desire to see you dancing. You were completely right, my lord. He is here in hiding. This information enraged the Lord, who said, "Right now, this very moment, take him out of this house." What spiritual sadhana does he possess that enables him to see by dancing? How can he develop devotion to me simply by drinking milk?
There you go, man. You know, he just kind of just blatantly says, what kind of sadhana can you do to attain me? And this is the path they've been teaching in Vaishnavism, the path of sadhana to attain Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. And they'll never get it that way. They have to go the way of finding the devotee who has the symptoms of being on the inside. See, Srivas was an ecstatic devotee. He would chant in ecstasy. Tears would come to his choking, avoid all these things. The brahmachari went through him. So the Lord teaches two things. He said, don't do the austere way to get me. Do through the devotee. Now, if you do the austere way, okay, fine, you went that way like the brahmachari. But then he figured it out. Krishna gave him intelligence. Let me go through the devotee. And he got in. See? So a lot of people are there. If it doesn't, their realizations don't come to the point where they realize, oh, I've been going this way, the austere, to get the Lord, and I should have just went through the devotee. See, like they have, this is a revival of the pastime. See, it's the same thing is in force again. It's enacted again. The devotees, they're going that way through the austerities, and they if they look over here, they should be thinking like, boy, look at these devotees. They're in the kirtan of the intimate kirtan of the Lord. Look, they're crying, laughing, joking, chanting, choking up in their worship of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Boy, let us go that way. We tried this austerity way with the brahmachari, which they're still doing. But this is the divine intervention. Now you're hearing the real pastime repeated. You're hearing that the real instruction. This is real knowledge. This is application of that. You can apply this real knowledge and get the desired result, like the brahmachari. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. You're going to continue on that path of austerity and die without becoming intimate associate of the Lord. That opportunity is again in force. Now you can come through these devotees here in this Sangha. You can become an intimate associate of the Lord, following the path that he followed. So it doesn't, I don't know how it can get any more clear than this. I mean, if, you know.
Actually, he shows the poison of this misconception, that he could feel the poison of this misconception.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want a relationship with Krishna, you got to go the way the Lord has authorized it. You just come to his real associates, and whatever they teach is the prasad. Here we're teaching finishing Prabhupada's work in Bhakti Siddhanta Bhakti Vinod. They were living for this. This is where it's going. Nowhere else. This is the culmination of their work, starting from the revival. The revival started with Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He took Vaishnavism out of obscurity. It wouldn't be here unless he brought it out. It was disappearing. There's maybe Gorkashore Das Babaji and Jagannath Das Babaji, but they just had a few disciples. Gorkashore had nobody, no disciple. It wouldn't take anybody. So it would just die with him. And then Jagannath Das Babaji had a few, but it would have been, they would just disappear probably. It was Bhakti Vinod who brought it out of obscurity and made it more public. Like, see, driving towards public, okay, public Vaidhi, okay, fine. Now it's public Raganuga and spontaneous devotion. See, this is where it started with Lord Caitanya and Madhavinda Puri. See, we're back to that now. Back to the beginning of getting this level. And actually, it's, in a sense, it's more appropriate now because we're using the time, place, and circumstance, how to get the desired result. There's things that people need, there's some different kinds of purification people need that was not so much needed then, maybe, and that's needed now. See, so we're very practical. So the people are very fortunate to come through here because, we're actually also, I'm learning as I go, because things are coming up and we're overcoming obstacles. You guys are overcoming things in yourselves and becoming great teachers of how others can also get through this and get Vrindavan consciousness in this life. So go ahead there. Go ahead.
So, The Lord dramatically raised his arms and he pointed his finger to make a point. Continued, just by drinking milk, no one can attain me. Even a low-caste dog eater can claim me if he takes full shelter of me.
See? See,
I
and
think
that me, see, this is what people don't understand. Okay, how do you take full shelter of the Lord? See, it's not even, it's clear to a devotee in the verse, but it has to be explained. Otherwise, people think, oh, directly, let me Radhe my way there. Let me Chaitanya my way there. No, it's in the example. He took full shelter by going to the devotee who the Lord says, this is my representative.
yeah.
See, that's you. If you can recognize the Lord acting as that guru, now you're taking full shelter. Otherwise, you're just fooling yourself. You see, people want to go directly to the Lord. They still have pride. See, or they go to the person who doesn't really represent the Lord, and they still have pride because the guru has pride. They're not over it. You got to find the one who has the transcendental shelter, the ecstatic devotee who chants only name. Now you're learning how to surrender to the Lord. Matter of fact, you are surrendering to the Lord that way because you start to feel the burning, man. The fire is lit, you know, and all the wood is being burned. The wood are your karma, your conditionings. You become reconditioned, unconditioned, and reconditioned as a devotee, you know, like a nice old, you become a classic now. You see, these old classics are beautiful. Just like, you know, like Lalita Ganga, she's an old classic.
Very old, yeah.
She's a classic rebuilt, you know, into pristine, man, you know. You can't even, I love classics, man. Classics are better than the new cars.
Old time.
That's why she's so attractive. Everybody's commenting on Lalita Ganga, you know, because she's a classic, man. It's just reconditioned into perfection, man. I love it, man. Yeah. Go ahead, Rita.
A person, maybe a sannyasi, renunciate without any worldly attachment. But if he doesn't surrender to me, then I do not favor him.
Yeah, and that's what I've seen practically. I was in and as I say, I'm not here to like criticize. I want to hear to speak truth, you know, to reveal, uncloak all the obstacles. So I'm sitting and listening to Narayan Raj, and the question was, what are the qualities of a real guru? And he says, a real guru has renounced the world. He renounced and they're austere and all of that. So is that in harmony with the actual mind of the Lord here? Read that sentence again. I'll show you how subtle it is.
A person, maybe a sannyasi, renunciate without any worldly attachment.
See, he was saying that is the quality of a real guru. A lot of people are misled by that.
Yeah.
See, they're misled by that. What you need to see, the quality is not the that's external. The quality is this ecstatic devotion. See? This was taught by Gadadhar when he saw Pundarik Vijayanidhi, who was just a householder and a wealthy person. And he was sitting on a high seat and he was being fanned also. And this is like a householder just to be fanned and all of that. That's like, you know, Gaur Haridas getting worshipped and getting big titles and everything. Back then, it's like, what way is he being fanned? You know, he's no, he's no spiritual master. You know, he's just a wealthy householder. You know, and so when he went and see Gadadhar was naturally austere from the very, he was just that kind of person. So he thought, oh, it's austerity, that's it. But then, well, he didn't know. He saw the real truth. Then Pundarik Vijayanidhi got really ecstatic, man, started to cry and laugh and all these things. And then Gadadhar said, oh, I made a mistake. See, he knew also that it wasn't about being renounced, but he just didn't see the quality of ecstatic devotion. But then when he saw it, he said, he changed his mind. He said, oh, I made a big offense. He's got the Lord's mercy, whether he's a householder, a rich man, or a sannyasi. See, they don't teach that in ISKCON or Gaudiya Samiti or anything. They teach it's only by renunciation that you are a pure devotee. If you're not having those qualities, you're not it. See, so that's not up to snuff. See, so the Lord's teaching these subtle things. Why should I teach anything different? Is it offensive for me to teach something different than what the Lord is teaching? Even though I'm using living examples or somebody that's still, see, I have to do this. Otherwise, this isn't going to be taught. People won't know. They'll still follow that Narayan Maharaj path. Not that he's a bad person, he's a good person. He's like that brahmachari, he's a good person. But his followers get the chance to do what the brahmacharis did. They can come here because we have the real mercy of the Lord. They get the chance. But if they don't take it, they don't take it. Somebody might figure it out. Who knows? So I got to preach. I got to preach the book, right? What a devotee Bhagavat has got to prove that they're the book Bhagavat. I cannot hold back. I got to be like Prabhupada and not spare even an old friend in this preaching. I don't spare my ex-wife in this preaching, do I? I don't spare Mahavir. I don't spare Meena. I don't spare any of them for their benefit. Because if they don't get this or get a chance to get it, they just, they pass from the body and their illusions. So anyway, I'm happy about that. Yeah, I get a bad rap. People think, oh, you're so offensive, Gohar. You're offensive to pure devotees. Well, think what you want. I know what I know.
That's the world. That's worldly thinking.
Yeah, worldly thinking. I'm sorry. You want to think like the opposite of Lord Chaitanya taught? Go ahead. That's what was being preached in the Narayan Raj. There's still, you cannot be pious enough. You cannot be renounced enough to know what the real devotees know about Lord Chaitanya. Whatever they are, if they're a donkey preaching, like that dog, he preached the holy name in ecstasy. Therefore, he was an authority. A dog, like Gohar, even though I'm a dog, there's authority here. Why? Because I'm preaching as that book is preaching. Not deviating even an ounce just to save some face or to lower the punch, so it's not to water it down. No, as it really is in practical prime time examples of what people are facing today, what they have to overcome to get this mercy of Lord Chaitanya. If you listen here, it's so easy. If you don't, it's so hard. You'll do all these tough things and you won't get the desired result like we are. Why? Because it's authority here, authorized. Go ahead, Lalita, complete this.
If he doesn't surrender to me, then I do not favor him. Tell me, how did Gajendra, the elephant, or Hanuman, the monkey?
See, somebody might say, you see, he went directly to the Lord. Well, no, it was because of his past life. He remembered that mantra. They got that mantra from Guru. See, he was initiated, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, by a real authorized Guru. And he brought that into this life, just like real devotees do. Like I told you, you will too. You'll be like I did. You'll come and you'll get the book and all of a sudden it comes to your remembrance, everything. When I got the Bible, all my remembrance of time with Jesus and understanding all that stuff came.
Thank you.
Shouldn't have said that. And and when I got Prabhupada's books, it all came also. See? And you guys are going to be like that too, because you always got to go either in this life or the next one. So why not go this life? You don't show these symptoms, you don't got it in this life. So you go this life and you get it. And then you'll be like that. But you can't skip grades, man. Oh, here you skip grades. When you don't come here, you're not skipping anything. You're going to come back and you're going to have to get a bona fide spiritual master who has ecstatic intimacy with the Lord and go through them. And that's how you surrender to the Lord. The Lord comes as that devotee, as the verse says in chapter 1 of Adi Lila. When you're ready to be delivered, the Lord comes as that spiritual master. Okay? As the spiritual master, not only through, as that spiritual master. You want to know God, the qualities of the Lord come as that guru. The ecstatic worship, the conclusive, authoritative understanding, all that you get. That's what gets you out, man. Now you prove that you've learned how to surrender to the Lord. And then, now you're in the intimate kirtan. Right there, Lalita? Yeah, right there with the Lord. Yeah, directly giving you Radha and Krishna, getting direct association because you understood nicely, passed the test of Guru and Krishna. She's passed, man, with flying colors. You want to learn bhakti? There you go to her, man. She's expert. She's straight A student. Not only her, so many. Govinda, straight A student, man, these guys.
Govinda.
You come here, you're going to get straight A's. Look at Amy. She's a straight A student, man. Straight A's. She's, real devotees, man. This is the caliber we get here. If you're a real devotee, you'll end up over here, and we'll be able to relish your association. It's so great, man. Even if you're a non-devotee, we'll get you up to speed. Just come here, hang out for a little bit, we'll get you up to speed. We'll sneak you into Lord Chaitanya's kirtan. You shouldn't be here, but we'll keep you in. We'll get you in there, we'll sneak you in. Like a sneaking Karuna in, keep him in the background. He's hiding in the background, watching. He was stuck in. See, the devotees ain't authorizing you, many of them. So I have to sneak you in. You stay in the background right now. See, everybody gets in if you really have the desire. You gotta go eat. Huh?
That's the mercy of the Lord. You represent the mercy, Guru Maharaj.
Don't forget that, Karuna. Your guru is more merciful than these devotees want to just kick you out, man. They block you and all that. I leave you a back door. You're hiding behind the barrels there.
Guru is more merciful than anybody else.
Sometimes they're more merciful than me. Sometimes I have to step in.
So, the gopis, the simple milkmaids of Raja, how did they attain me?
Yeah, they were also, you see, if you look in the Bhagavatam stories, they were also great sages, many of them. They either come from the spiritual world directly to participate in Krishna's pastimes, or they were like the great sages in Bhagavatam. They attained, they went through the Guru Parampara process. They attained the mercy of devotees, became purified, and developed this attachment. See, everybody. And then in that next life, they got to associate with Krishna. That's going to be that's your destiny, my friends. See, your destiny is, I don't care if you have this, you're attracted to that, or a little this, or you desire that, and this one doesn't matter. You're attracted to Krishna. You have the real qualities of attraction to Vrindavan Krishna. You welcome that Vrindavan Krishna. You listen to his real devotees. You have faith in their real. You're going to be with those devotees, and then all that other stuff there in a second it's cleaned off, man. In union and separation. See? Because you're now an attracted devotee, like those gopis. Gopis, they were completely pure. Well, that's not what the Bhagavatam says. A lot of them came in there with what do you call anarthas. The thing was they got the mercy of a real Vaishnava guru in a previous life. See, and they went to the point of attraction, and therefore they could go. Because think about it, it makes perfect sense. They're attracted to Krishna, attracted to his devotee. They're not going, no, we don't want you. We want you. Yeah, okay. The Lord said, well, come and hang out with me. You like my devotee to the certain point. You may not quite finish. You got this desire. Come to Vrindavan. We'll take care of the rest. That's in Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Yeah, Shukadeva Goswami said the gopis that were like that, what I just explained, in their separation, it burned off their impious propensities. And in their union, it burned off their pious propensities to act like a goody two-shoes. You learn that there's another path of prema, and you don't try to be good to get to God. See, that's what people are trying to do in religion. They're trying to be good to get to God, but sorry, you're always 2 fingers too short. Only by devotion do you get to the true God. See? And that comes by associating with devotees who have that quality of devotion. No other way. No other way. No other way. The scriptures say, well, no, it's the Hare Krishna mantra. No, well, no. See, that's why Prabhupada wrote the books. You got to understand these intricacies, postgraduate stuff. See, Krishnadas Kaviraj said you can chant the Hare Krishna mantra millions of lifetimes and not get prema. You got to get over these things. See, you come here, you get over it, and you get prema when you're chanting. Is there any more there? Go ahead.
What do you mean, is there any more there? Where?
What is Tom doing in Paris?
Maybe Paris girl.
Did he go? Did he go back to the girlfriend or something? She was Parisian.
No. She was from France, south of France, but not from Paris. Jade?
Paris.
Oh, no way, Guru Maharaj. Don't worry. No.
I'm not worried. I'm just wondering, what are you doing in Paris?
Somebody else, maybe.
Oh, somebody else.
Ask him. Ask him. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. Okay, finish up. And actually, that's good enough. I think we'll stop here. Yeah. Okay, good. We got good internet today, and nobody hassled me. It seemed to work out okay. So we'll leave it here for a while. Rest up the voice.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Bye-bye. Hare Krishna.